of your learning for last week. So lots of things in chapter 1 to get started with. I really kind of like this chapter because it really goes over generalist social work practice, your many roles on the micro, meso, and macro levels, and doing so many things, working as the enabler, the mediator, the manager, the advocate, among many other roles. I like to say when social work's done right, that could require no more difficult critical thinking skills and depth than any other profession. You think of it and you think of all of the education and training and skills, for instance, that, a medical doctor would have. And except for when you're looking at things like working on infectious diseases, where it could change all the time. They have the advantage of really knowing what's going to happen, right? So if you're doing heart surgery and you open up the body and you go inside, the heart is going to look like a heart, and that surgery is going to go the way that you were trained. As a social worker, you get all of this training on the micro, meso, and macro level, all the skills that you would need, human behavior, understandings of human psychology, all of this. But every time a client comes in, you're dealing with a unique situation. Every person comes and brings something different to you. And so you have to be on your toes, and you have to be able to take all of these skills, all of your knowledge of research, policy, all that you've learned, and tailor it to that person on the spot. So those critical thinking skills are amazing. It's part of what makes the job never boring, exciting, and fun. The other thing that was really important to just remind you and hit home in this chapter was the emphasis on client strengths, resilience, and empowering clients. It's always important to remember that your clients are the expert on their own life and their own experience. So although we bring a lot of skills and guidance, they bring the expertise in their life. And so together that can be a really great working experience. I always like to say, if your client says they couldn't do it without you, you're in trouble, because you're not going to be there all the time. So your goal is to teach them in a way that they can do it when you're not there, and that they feel empowered to own their successes. I hope it's been a great week for you. Remember to schedule your Skype calls coming up so that you can get a time that works well for you, and keep in touch, and let me know how you're doing. Bye. Okay, let's see how this one works.